Everyone, I want to expand on my previous video because I want you to step into your power and become that creator of your reality. And therefore, I want you to understand that I explained that our beliefs create our reality, but there is a difference between universal beliefs and individual beliefs. Now, universal beliefs are those beliefs that have been passed on from generation to generation to generation and has created the body that we as human beings are in, with indeed the length of our fingers, how long our arms are, the kind of teeth that we as human beings have. And these are universal beliefs passed on from generation on generation, but these beliefs are based on our survival. What do we need to survive in this reality that those before us have created? That reality that started with just a couple of beliefs, and the more time that has passed, the more people started to lose that knowing of them being the creator and starting to believe more that what they were seeing outside of themselves was all that is. They became more separate instead of understanding that they are the creator. It is like the game of roller coaster. You create the game of roller coaster on the computer and you make this whole attraction park with all the roller coasters and everything. And I remember that eventually they came like a version where you could totally create your own roller coaster with the swirls and the ups and the downs the way you would like it. But when you create something so fun and then you see all the little characters having so much fun, but as a creator you do not know what the experience actually feels like until you enter one of those characters. But when you enter that character and you are there in the theme park, you can lose that sense of oneness and knowing that actually you are the creator. And now you have to follow this game and this park based on the rules that this park has. So you can walk on the paths, you can experience the roller coaster like the way it was created, and it's fun and all, but sometimes you also get nausea and you have to throw up in the game. Like, those are kind of the rules and the things that are possible based on how that person who created that game, like with all the possibilities and the programming that it was, like, you have to follow that, and that becomes the lifetime of that little person spending time in that roller coaster. Now you are that creator, and a little part of you is right here in this body, following the rules that come with entering this body, those universal beliefs that have created everything that you can see, that has created your body. Now, there is also individual beliefs, and these individual beliefs are more easy to adjust, to release. Those are your beliefs that you hold about what you look like, about if you are secure about yourself, if you are courageous or not, if you are wealthy or not, if money is a good thing or a bad thing, if you are insecure, then you cannot enter that level of fame and reputation, good reputation. If you believe that you have something that blocks you from, like, I cannot learn good. Maybe your parents have always told you, like, oh, you're so dumb, like, you're so stupid. And it got so imprinted that it blocks you from really absorbing all of those educational resources. And now you say, oh, I'm just really bad at learning. But it doesn't have to be that way. You just have to rid yourself of those beliefs and really have the full trust that whatever you need to know will be absorbed, and you will be able to use that to, educate others, become more wise, whatever it is that you wish to create. Everything is possible in that sense. If you want to create health, you can create health. If you want to become pregnant, but something is blocking you from doing so, you have to release those beliefs that block you from having a healthy pregnancy. If you want to have a beautiful romantic relationship, relationship, but it always seems like you end up with those men or those women who betray you or whatever. Maybe if you would go back into your past and you realize that your mom always spoke bad about people, or maybe your mom was betrayed or your dad was betrayed, and they would keep talking about this, and this get imprinted on your mind. Like when I grew up, my mom used to own a daycare. That is what I saw on a daily basis. It was so programmed in my mind. And when I moved to the Netherlands, I actually studied accountancy, but it didn't make me happy. So when I had my son, I wanted to do something that I really loved, and I loved my son, and I was really into raising him and all of the things that were good for children. And I was introduced to Montessori, and I started seeing all the daycares over there, and I was like, wow, like this is so different than in the Netherlands. Like in Aruba, there were at the time 0 rules for daycare. And me having a mom that used to have a daycare, somehow, because that was so imprinted on my mind, I copy pasted that from my past, those past memories, into my future, and I started my own daycare. And I see it so many times that people are reliving the lives of their parents or their grandparents, or things that you have seen all of a sudden now happen in your future. That is how you are programmed, but that is not how it has to be. You can create something completely new, but that's just to show you how we are so imprinted, and how what we see and what we experience creates our reality. For me, it's so clear in that way that you have so many generations where a parent was a teacher, and then the child also becomes a teacher, a pilot, and a pilot, or and sometimes it becomes the total opposite. But it is a combination of all of the things that have happened to you that makes your set of beliefs that you have so uniquely to you, and therefore your reality is also so uniquely to you. And we experience a lot of the things the same. Like we have this whole bubble that we can be together in as human beings, and we can talk about and we can see and experience with our senses, because we have those same senses that come with our body. But we also have our own little bubbles with things we see. I mean, there is people who say that they can talk to spirit. There is people who say that they can see portals. Well, I cannot, but that's because I do not have a set of beliefs that makes it able for me to see that. But I would never say that those other people experiencing that, it is not true. It is their truth. It is their reality. It is their belief. And therefore, we can also never understand why somebody else makes the choices that they make, because we've never lived their lives. We have never followed their program, and we have different ancestors that have also given us different epigenetics. You can never judge somebody else. There is no free will. There is just programming. And what is so beautiful is that you, during your awakening, can become awakened. You can become aware of how you are programmed. And in our essence, we are all loving beings, and we are all beings who want to share. When we grow, we want to see other people grow as well. That is our natural state of being. That is being awakened. But many of us are on autopilot, where our programming has made us unconscious, because we have created the same experience over and over again, so that now our body just starts to take over, because the brain says, hey, we've experienced this so many times before, you do not even have to think about it, we'll just do it. That's why sometimes when you're in the car, at the end of the ride, you're like, whoa, that went fast. Like, I don't have no idea anymore at what moment in time I was at a certain street, because it just all went, you were on automatic pilot. And I have learned that in the Western world, like here in Europe where I live, 80% of our wake time, people are living in stress. They have their sympathetic nervous system triggered by many times thought alone, like worrying about our children, thinking about our ex-partners, thinking about our social media, what our enemies have said, and thinking about those things that we want nobody to know about. Like that, just thought alone makes us go in stress, makes us go and worry. And even when we are judgmental, when we are experiencing anxiety, frustration, sadness, grief, envy, all of those feelings are an altered state of awareness. It is actually us thinking in the past, and those things are stealing our energy for creation, for bringing actually those things in our life that we consciously want. So when we learn to like let go of those triggers, when we learn to become aware of each time we are triggered and tell our system to, oh, hold on, we're not gonna do this again. And when you want to have a different life, you have to become a different person. You have to start trusting in yourself. You have to remember the double slit experiment. What we focus on becomes our reality. What we believe will be manifested through the energy, through the atoms in our environment. And therefore, if we start to create a different set of beliefs, we will create a different reality. Now, if you want to learn more about this, if you want to hop on the train of awakening and you are a brave parent, join our awakening membership at samlifecoach.com. And I'm so blessed and welcome to see you there. We are a supportive group of brave parents who support each other, who inspire each other. I will go live multiple times a month to help you become the best version of yourself, because you deserve it. Have a lovely day, guys.